How's it, guys? Welcome back to SoccerBeat. Thank you for joining us again. We are here to discuss Kaizer Chiefs versus Magesi. Really, really good game. I thought game of two halves, but for me, Chiefs have dodged absolute bullet. I actually really enjoyed the way they played in the first half. Tips, Chiefs fans, I'd like to know what your thoughts were in terms of how you think they started the game. Obviously, conceded within the first 5 minutes, but that was the only shot that Magesi had on goal in the first half. Sebs, what are your impressions of that first half?
Yeah, it's an interesting game, Mikey. With Magesi, teams like Magesi, once if they can score early, you know that they're gonna pack the bus, and that's what exactly they did. They tried to frustrate Chiefs, and yeah, I felt the tempo, and how they moved the ball in the first half. Kaizer Chiefs, it was good, it was impressive, but they couldn't really break that deep defense of Magesi. So they were just restricted to taking shots from range, from outside the box. They had a decent half chance, the cross where Ranga couldn't connect with the header and the keeper saved. But yeah, man, but I felt like they were the better side, Kaizer Chiefs today. They played well. It was unfortunate that they went go down early in the game.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that playing Chivaviro up front is really the solution for Chiefs. To be honest, they use him as a target man, and then when he's on the field, it feels like they try to feed him the ball all the time into his feet, and I don't think that's his strength really is to hold up the ball. And obviously, Magesi were prepared for that, and every time they fed it into him, like they almost just surrounded him, and he lost the ball a lot in the first half. And then obviously, then when you play with him up front, there's the tendency that they just want to cross the ball all the time. And especially with Frosler on the right hand side, like they just kept on putting these balls into the box. And there was definitely a plan for Nabi for Bradley Cross to go down the left hand side. And I think he ended up in the box about 6 or 7 times in that first half. And Frosler kept hanging it up for him at the back post, trying to trying to get on the end of it. And obviously in the second half, he actually got a chance finally at the back post, and then he missed the header. So it was obviously a plan and something that worked on during the week, and eventually worked, and he actually got on the end of a header and then he missed it. So I don't know what to make of that strategy. If you want your left back to get in the box and expecting him to score goals, I would think that Chivaviro should be the guy on the end of these crosses.
Now, Mikey, if you look at the past two games of Kaizer Chiefs, I think they faced with a new problem now. What do they do when the teams like they defend low or low block defense? If you look at the past two games, it's not the Kaizer Chiefs that they don't allow them space behind and in the middle. So teams, if you look at Magesi also today, they were sitting deep. So I think the plan, man, was for both fullbacks of Kaizer Chiefs to be aggressive, to add those extra numbers in the attack, because they thinking, okay, if they are defending deep and we don't have extra numbers up front, so we won't create chances. But yeah, lots of crosses from River from the right hand side, and yeah, to find your fullback inside the box like almost the entire first half, it's a surprise. But I think the plan was to be aggressive, especially with the fullbacks, go as high as you can. And when you come back to Ranga, I think his strength also it's when he's got space behind the defense. He wants those through balls where he can run and finish. But now he's also faced with a new problem where there's no space, like literally no space. And in the box, if a team is defending low in the box, you surely you have 2 or 3 guys around you because they compact and low. So he just has to find a way of trying to be more on the ball or better position himself to get chances and score.
Yeah, you said something to me while we were watching this game, and you said Bradley Cross not living up to his name by actually putting any any crosses in. Obviously, you're the specialist when it comes to a left back. Yeah, I mean, he gets in the box trying to get on a lot of things, but he doesn't put in a lot of crosses when he's actually playing out wide.
Yes, that's what we were discussing. When we were watching the game, that we didn't see him cross the ball that much as a fullback. Maybe we'd expect also him to be playing crosses from the left, but the crosses were coming more from the right hand side. Maybe that was the game plan. I don't know, but I hardly see him cross the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just not sure. Like, obviously, then they had to change things up in the second half, and then he obviously took off Ranga and he brought on Sereno and he brought on a couple other guys as well. And at a stage, I was looking at them, and we had you had Shabalala, you had Vilakazi, you had Sereno, and Dupree up front. I don't think there's a single guy over 1 meter seven in the box, and they kept on going wide and crossing the ball. And I was like, how? Who's going to hit the ball out of those four? I was like, they have to stop crossing the ball. And they basically got these little guys in the box, and it was like, I just don't know what they were trying to do in that situation. I don't know what Navi's plan was there.
No, man, I think they were just getting frustrated because they were 2-0 down. And you know, when you're chasing the game, sometimes you lose your head. As players, we lose our heads, like, because we're desperate now. We're desperate. We're trying to get that one goal that will bring us back in the game, you know. So I think they were just desperate, you know, trying every tactic they
Yeah.
can pull out from their
Okay,
pocket.
but there's someone we have to speak about, but we'll wait until after the break. Obviously, we're going to have to speak about Shabalala, the savior for Kaizer Chiefs tonight. We'll chat about him straight after the break.
You see, it was this game that turned boys into giants. Even today's aces inherited the name from those who came before. Usabutha lo mulilo, buzalwa abaziyo, bazokutshela, lisegazini forever.
Betway is giving customers a chance to win big with their 4 to score free weekly prediction. Simply predict the first teams to score in 4 Betway Premiership matches, and you could win 50,000 Rand. Scan the QR code on screen now to enter. Get way more with Betway. Standard T's and C's apply.
Welcome back, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. Make sure you're subscribed and you like all the videos. Hit the bell notification so you get notified whenever we drop a new video. Tips, we have to speak about Mduduzi Shabalala. Kaizer Chiefs fans, please tell us in the comments what you made of this youngster. It looks like Mofo King did the business the night before, and now you got Shabalala tonight for Kaizer Chiefs. Magic. I mean, I think a big savior for Kaizer Chiefs. He sort of dragged them out of a big problem there. What do you make of that performance?
Great performance, and I was also impressed with Vilakazi in the first half. You know, he was more involved. Also, he was involved in the game. He had touches in and around the box, and he had a couple of shots from range. Unfortunately, not on target. But I also liked him. I liked the energy. You know, in the first half. Coming back to Mdu, you know, he rescued the game for Kaizer Chiefs. He got them the 1 point today, you know, with the 2 goals. But as soon as you Chiefs had Sereno in the field, and Mdu went back to the number 10 position, you know, where he's been playing throughout the other games. I think that it's also got that understanding with Sereno. If you look at the first goal he scored, you know, what a pass, what a run and a finish, and also how he took the second goal. You know, it's not an easy technique to get it right.
Oh,
You know,
man. It was a
what
wonderful
a
strike.
goal! But as soon as he went to that number 10 position and Serena was on the field, you know, they started to. So, you know, one thing about Sereno is got that pass that can break the defense. You know, that defense splitting pass. And
Yeah.
look at the header across mist. You know, it comes from Sereno. You know, he's got that final pass that you need when you're playing against such organized low block teams.
This is exactly what we were talking about in the last episode where we said we took off Sereno as soon as the team were playing a low block. And that's exactly what we said on here, as we just said, in that situation when the team is playing low and they're playing in their box and so tight, Sereno is the one guy that you need to get on the ball because he will find that pass. He's the one guy with the ability. When they stop crossing the ball, they got Sereno on the ball. He slides Shabalala in there and he's finished with a first time finish. That's the difference when you have these players with that little bit extra who have the eye for a pass. Sereno makes a difference. And that's why I just feel like if Chiefs are going to go up against us more and more with a low block, you need to have Sereno on the field. And obviously now with Shabalala, Vilakazi around the box, yeah, they can be problematic. So probably got to keep a clean sheet at the back.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But again, they considered 2 goals again today, and it should be a worry for the coach. If you can't keep clean sheets, it's difficult to win games.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously Given came in for Miguel, and look, they weren't really that troubled majority of the game, but it just shows you that when there was a little bit of a problem there, one cross into the box, he sucked out into the near post, and he leaves Rushwan alone with 2 men, and then he's like, "Do I go to the front? Do I go to the back?" And then he gets caught in between, and bang, goal. Yeah, I'd be, as a Chiefs fan, I mean, how would you be feeling now going into that Sundowns game? They've obviously been rampant against Cape Town City tonight. I've seen Ribeiro score absolute cracker. Peter Shalolile looks like he's coming back into form. Yeah, I don't know. That Kaizer Chiefs defense is going to have to sort themselves out come the weekend. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a problem.
Of course, they know the threat of Sundowns. They've played them already before, in the league game, and we all know the quality of Sundowns. Up front, they've got players that can score goals. They've got options, and they've got the quality, that's Sundowns for you. But it's a cup game, it will be interesting to see how Kaizer Chiefs set up for this game. Since they've played them before, I'm sure now they've got a lot of info regarding Sundowns, and interesting game. It's a big game. It's a big game for both teams.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's a good summary of the game. I think Shabalala got Kaizer Chiefs out of a bit of a hole here, the saviour for Kaizer Chiefs tonight. But some exciting things from the youngsters. I'm also just looking at the future of South African football. You got the 2 youngsters last night for Pirates, looking really, really dangerous, the wingers. You got Vilakazi, Shabalala, Rushwan, Dortley even at the back. I mean, a lot of our youngsters are starting to really show themselves. That looks really exciting for the future of South African football. So I'm very positive, and it's nice to see that these guys are really taking the opportunities and starting to shine.
Yeah, it's for South African football, it's a great thing, and also for Bafana, in the future, we just pray that they remain humble and keep on working hard, because you can have one season, half a season, and they start talking about you, and you think you have arrived. It doesn't work like that, Mikey. You still have to be humble and keep on working hard. They still have a long way to go. And obviously now, everyone is talking about them, the buzz is on them, but I hope and pray also, they surrounded, with people that can protect them.
Yeah. Cool, guys. Thanks for joining us again. We will be back, obviously, before the big game this weekend. We've got Chiefs versus Sundowns. Tips and I will be breaking down that game and building up to that big game on the weekend. So make sure you are liked and subscribed, and we will see you guys breaking down that game, building up to the big cup game on the weekend. Tips, sign us out.
Thank you, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment.
See you guys in the next one.
SoccerBeat, ouça!